Greetings, Doctor. I am Zulfazid and I will be presenting on PASKAL film directed by Adrian Tay in a form of narrative structure analysis. For the first act, or the exposition of the film, during the opening underlying the theme of patriotism, whereby Arman, the protagonist of the film, and his loyal squad fight against the Somalia pirates' attack for the country. Then, they were going for the UN peacekeeping mission when Joshua, Arman's close friends, were killed during an ambush. This heroic action of saving Arman's and hostage life indicates Joshua's responsibility towards his job. Lastly, family conflict between Arman and his mother shows on how he actually loved and cared for his mother when he wants to resign from PASKAL for the sake of taking good care of his sick mother. With that, I will pass the presentation to Julian for further analysis.
Hi there, so I will be continuing off from Act 2. So Act 2 focuses mainly, the main aspect that it focuses on is the rivalry between Arman and Jeb. And the main climax happened when the criminals infiltrate the oil rig where Lily coincidentally worked at with the help of Jeb. So that was when the whole PASKAL team went on a mission to save the hostages. And the whole debacle ended when Arman won over a fight sequence with Jeb, and the hostages were safe while some of the other criminals were either killed or taken to hostages. So that was when the whole climax happened. It was at the oil rig. And then moving on to the final act, Act 3, which consists of elements of understanding, acceptance, and closure. So for instance, Arman's mother reached an understanding between her love and her son's job by being present at the port after the mission, welcoming her son, as opposed to her absence when her son graduated from the PASKAL Academy. So this can be symbolized as her being present, being finally like understanding of her son's job. And also Arman reached a closure when his own question in Act 1 was answered. In Act 1, he asked his sergeant what, like he wants to know what did his father died for. And in Act 3, he finally reached the closure. He finally got the answer that he needed. And that is when he understand that to him family and country are all the same. So he understand that his father died for his country, and he just understands that. And the films end that way. Thank you.
Today we'll be discussing the plot of Crossroads 1 to Jaga by Namron. Let's get started. Okay. All right. So this is a mise-en-scene analysis, and the plot is as follows. So we have a few storylines. The first one is Sugiman, who is an Indonesian worker, and he has a son, Joko, and a sister, Sumiati. And Sumiati begs for his help because she is tired of working in Malaysia, and Sugiman in turn asks for the help of his boss, Pak Sarit, who agrees to make arrangements for a hefty fee. Next, we have Hassan and Hussein, who are policemen partners, and the older one is Hassan, the younger one is Hussein. Now, the older one is corrupt, and he's sucked into the corrupt system of law enforcement, while Hussein is an idealistic rookie cop who is disgusted by corruption, and he believes that he can clean up the system, and he's very disapproved of what Hassan, his partner, is doing. And then next is the Filipino immigrant Rico and his friend Marzuki. So throughout the movie, they are chased down by some goons, and they are tortured because they are suspected of stealing money from their crime mafia boss. So these storylines begin to clash when Sumiati goes to buy some food, and she runs into the policemen, Hassan and Hussein, who detains her for not carrying a passport. And then Sugiman, her brother, of course, he runs back to his boss, and he brings his boss's son, Adi, to the scene to try and settle it. But there's a very heated exchange with the policemen, and they all go back to Pak Sarit's construction site. and there is a massive showdown between the construction workers and the policemen, which results in the death of Sugiman's young son Joko and major injury of Hassan, who is shot multiple times, but he doesn't die. And so that is the plot of One to Jaga. Thank you.
Hello, and now I will continue about the lighting element of this movie. The lighting element of this movie is likely more dim to construct the unpleasant scene of situation involving the illegal immigrant who had been treated badly by some syndicate in Malaysia. Okay. Next, the mood setting in this film is sometimes shifted using the background music, which is commonly used in this movie to create a suspense moment or mood toward the viewer. The second aspect is the camera. The camera is more focused on creating the view or the situation of the ordinary people and civilian lifestyle in Malaysia, and also focus on how the illegal immigrant need to work for their survival. Next, the shooting technique used in some scene is the close-up focusing technique to focus on the character, which is the actor itself. For example, is the chasing scene at the market, which they use the camera and focus towards the main character. Okay. Next, we go to most interesting part is the music. The music is indicate the mood and situation of the same lighting. Sorry. The background music element is give the real situation feeling to the viewer to indicate sad, intense, or other aspect and feeling in this film. Apart from that, at the last scene of this movie, the director have used the theme song to show us the sad and unpleasant feeling of this movie. And the final song that have been used is titled as Perindu, sang by Megat Fazli, and this song is very give impact towards the viewer's perception of overall of this film itself. And finally, the next aspect is the special effect aspect, which is the effect like the injury effect that have been used toward Hussein and Hassan, and it is quite realistic and awesome for me. That's all for me. Thank you.